Hey guys, this is the last video for day 5, looking at our interior pages. This is kind of fun. I love this part because you get to be a little bit creative if you want. This is what the basic template looks like in Word. It's a single page. Remember the last one was 38 pages. And all that is the margins are set up to alternate between your right and left pages. So we are looking to do lines, right? And so I'm going to show you different ways you can do that. And then I'm going to show you also some fun little tricks to add some cool stuff. So let's see here. I'm going to delete this, okay? And I want to add lines. Are you ready for this? Because it's really easy. You're going to hold down your shift key and then you're going to hold down the hyphen or the underscore on your keyboard. And you're literally going to just hold it down, okay? So what we're going to do. We're going to just keep going. And I'm getting my lined pages. Now maybe those are a little bit close together, right? So what if I want them to be farther away? If I go to home, that's a 9 point, that's going to be pretty small. Maybe you want them to be a 14 point so that there's more room to actually write. Okay, so you just change the font size and it will change the spacing between them. Once you get some done, you can just copy it and then go to the end and paste. Go to the end, paste, and paste. Do you see what I'm doing? Then, once you get a page done, make sure there's not another page. Let's see if that's going to work. Okay. And then do select all. I do on the Mac, it's Command A, it's Control A, I think on a PC. You could go up to File, Edit. Is it Edit? Select all. Okay. And then copy it. So you can right click and do copy, or you can do Command C or a Control C depending on your platform. Go to the bottom and then paste. Okay, you want to be on the page prior, otherwise it'll put a blank page in there, and paste. Go up the page, paste. Okay, till you get 100 pages. The reason you, and maybe it's not 100, maybe you're doing a 90-day. The reason I would suggest doing 100 or consider doing 100 pages is KDP says that you have to have your title for your listing, the title for your book has to match between what your listing title is and what's on your cover or your spine. Okay? But you cannot put text on the spine unless you have a minimum of 100 pages. Here's the thing we've been learning and finding out is sometimes even 100 pages doesn't give you approval for the spine text. It's too small. So, and it can get kind of weird. So 130 pages tends to work well. You can try 100. I haven't had a problem doing it, but I know some people did, and I'm not sure exactly why. I do know sometimes KDP, when you get into the cover creator, it can be a little glitchy. So that's why I would consider doing 100 pages, but it's totally up to you. The templates we give you will be 100 pages. Okay, so you basically just do this until you get, once you get to a point where you have 4 pages, let's do one more. So now I have 5, right? I can do a select all again, copy, go to the end of that, and paste, and now I've got 10 pages. I know this one's blank. Okay, so just go to the end of that, and I would put it at the end of the line, not on the next page, so you don't have spaces, funny spaces, and then paste it again. Okay, then you could select all of these and then paste those until you get to 100. So you don't have to hold down the line, the underscore, and your shift key for all of them. All right, so I showed you how you can make larger spaces between them. You can do select all, you can play with that a little bit. If you're doing a kid's journal or a large print, I would definitely go larger. And that's probably good actually. And then the other thing you might want to consider is even though we're doing a black and white interior, you can do grayscale. So maybe you don't want these dark black lines. Maybe you want them to be a grayscale. So you can go and just change the font color to something that's a little bit lighter. Can't tell if that worked or not. There we go. Now we can see. Okay, do something a little bit lighter. That's totally fine as well. The other thing you could do is maybe you want it to be a dotted line and not a full line across, okay? If you're gonna do that, then you're gonna wanna start your lines that way rather than paste them all. I'm gonna delete these and we'll do that now. Okay, so let's say I wanted a dotted line. I would probably just do the hyphen and hold that one down. The other thing you can do, if you're creating a handwriting book to help people practice their handwriting, a lot of times you've seen the paper, remember it maybe from elementary school. These are solid and this is a dotted line in the middle, so that you could get a little fancy on it. Another way to do this, if you, and I'm not going to get into it, but if you are familiar with Word and word processing, you could put a table here and then change the borders on your table to be dotted lines or double lines or however you want to do that, okay? I'm not going to show you how to do that, but if you're familiar with Word and word processing, then you're probably familiar with tables and could figure that one out. So really, for this, we're going to give you just lined pages. I will give you a template that is solid line pages. You can edit that template to your heart's delight. You could select them all and make them all grayscale if you don't want them to be black. You can, whatever you want to do with it. I'm going to show you a few more tricks though, okay? So another idea would be to have, maybe you have a doodle journal, a durdle, that's a new word, put doodle and journal together, and you want to have a space for people to draw in. So you literally just hit the return key and get this page to look like what you want it to look like, and then you can just copy it for the other pages, right? So maybe you do it this way, and you could have lines like this, or we could go back to the solid line and just have the bottom half of the page have lines and the top half be blank. That's another way that you could have different interior pages, maybe fits a different type of niche or market. Then I wanted to show you one more thing, which is kind of cool. And if you've been in the previous classes, we didn't really go there with this. So I'm going to make this a little smaller so we can see the whole, more of the page. You can put graphics in here. I'm going to show you a very simple way to do this. Hopefully this will work. I like using PicMonkey. It's a little bit weird for, I have not been successful to get a full cover image out of it and have it not be pixelated. But I have been able to pull little images out and put them in the pages and have it not be pixelated, or I'll pull it and I'll put it into something else. I want to show you an idea, okay? So if you go to PicMonkey, this is what we're going to create. I'll show you that in a minute. You're going to create new. It's PicMonkey, PICMONKEY.com. And I'm going to start with a blank canvas. And I really don't care about the size because what I want to do is create an image that I'm going to copy and paste it into my manuscript. Okay? So I'm just going to show you how to do this real quick. First thing you're going to do is go to background color and you want to make it transparent. Click apply. And then if you go to these little shapes here, it's graphics, and they've got some really fun little things. And all of these you can use in your book. Okay? This is a silly one. These creatures. I mean, how fun is this? For a little kid's journal or something? The little monsters, little critters. Okay? Now, yes, these are color. They'll print in grayscale unless you're doing color pages. Okay, what else was there? They have some new things. They add stuff in here all the time. But this was kind of cool. Banners and labels. So you guys can play in this. This is all brand new, at least since I've been in here. I've been spending more time over in Canva. But you can use any of these frames in your book. So I'm just going to poke through here so you guys can kind of get an idea. And the other thing, I think they have ribbons. Yep, banners and greetings. So you could take something like this and just put it on the bottom. You just click on it and it puts it in the page, and then you just make it big. Now remember, you are you're doing grayscale, okay? And I don't think you can edit the text on these. All right. So maybe You're Invited wouldn't be a very good one, but Oh, dream big. What does this one say? Apparently I need hard work. Good vibes only. I cannot read that. Cocktails, I think it says. Happy New Year. So some of these are not really appropriate for a journal necessarily because you can't change the text, but some of them are. And then these are blank, and then you can put text on them. So if you chose one like this, I'm just going to show you. This is just so quick and easy. Now, granted, these are color, so it's going to be in a grayscale. You can leave it this like this, and it will just print in grayscale, even though your PDF will be in color. Or you can change these to be black and white colors. So if this is what you wanted to do and you wanted to put text on here, you would need to go to the text tab and choose a text. Click add text box. You can edit the text once you're in there. You can edit the font. And then maybe you say, you do something like, I did not think this through. How about something like a new, I was going to say new day, maybe just day 1. Maybe then you have an image that's day 2. Or maybe you have something that's inspirational, and I'm totally going blank right now. So every day is new or something. Okay, and maybe that font, it's too blocky. I want to make it more scripted. I kind of think this one's cool. Okay, so you can just play with it and see what it looks like. You can make it bigger, whatever you want to do. So that's one way to, and then what I'll show you in a minute is how you're going to save this, and then you just can open it and copy it and paste it into the document in Word. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Just wanted to give you some ideas. So if you're doing a travel journal, maybe there's some images in here you want to include on your pages. Remember, you're probably going to do grayscale. Seasonal things. Okay, animals. If you're doing like an elephant journal, maybe there's an elephant here. I haven't looked. There's clearly cats and dogs. Oh, this is interesting. I wonder if you could use these for like a coloring. So from what I understand, and double check in case it's changed, you can use these images on covers and in your books that you're creating. I think that as PicMonkey some of them you can buy, some of them are free. I have an account, and so I have access to more, but you have the rights to be able to do that. Okay, so what I wanted to do was go back to, I'm going to delete this and go back to this idea of banners, and we're doing a kind of a doodle journal type of a thing that I was showing you. So if I did this, and I like this one too, I like all of these, but I'm doing grayscale, and I make it big. Okay, I could make it bigger, but I'm just gonna download it, export it to my computer, and I could change the name, export it, and save it on my computer. Okay, and then I'm going to open it. So here it is open. And I can easily just go up here and do copy. And then go back over to my document here. Okay, this is our manuscript, and I'm going to paste it. Okay, now you see what it did? It moved my text down here, but that's okay. We'll just play with it a little bit. Move it up. And I can make it bigger. For this, I might want to make it with bleed, so it bleeds off the pages. Come on, it's giving me some goofies because it's because of the margins. So having it, okay, if I had made it larger, that probably would have worked better. Let's center it. Nope, that's not going to work either. Come on. I think it's because of the margins. There we go. Okay, so you get the idea, hopefully. So there's now these lines are down here. I need to delete these spaces that I had created before. Remember, it was blank. So I'm just going to do this. We're back to one page. What I would do if I was doing this over again, I would make this as big as I could all the way to the edges on PicMonkey and then save it. See how I have this margin around the edge? The margins on here are giving me some trouble. So if I do it as bleed, see, you can see the picture edge is actually the outside the square. And that is the largest I can get it is within these margins. So if my image inside was to go further out, then it would work better. Or if I used the bleed template, I wouldn't have these margins and I could actually pull this all the way and make it larger. But you get the idea, hopefully. If you have questions, you can post them in the group. But I just wanted to, this is a little bit beyond what we were going to do, but I just was having so much fun with the just the fun things that PicMonkey has to offer. I just wanted to show you that. Canva has some things that are similar, but you can't save just the image and copy the image into your Word file. You actually have to create your pages in Canva. I have not done that. I know there's some people in the group who have. I think Hallie might have. I've heard it's very simple. Canva is very easy to use. So you might want to poke around in there. We could do, yeah. Well, I know we'll touch on that for the cover, but I've not done it for interior pages. Anyway, just wanted to show that to you. So the template that you guys are going to get is going to be just lines. The whole page will be lines, okay? The whole page, and it will be probably a 12 point, so it'll be a little bit tighter than this, and they will be black. But here's what you're going to get. You're going to get, it's going to be 100 pages. I'll do it in a 6x9 and an 8.5 by 11. You will get the Word document, so you can edit it. You can change the color. You can change the font size. You will also get a PDF. So if you don't want to do any of this, which I kind of recommend to get these 10 books up, okay, is just take that PDF and upload it just as it is. Save it on your computer and then upload it as your interior pages. And all of the interior pages for all of your books will then just be the lined pages. It's 100 pages, okay? So I'm giving you some options. What we really want to do with this 10 books in 10 days, the whole point of it is to move you guys to action, okay? So do not get stuck here. If you're having trouble editing it, use the PDF, just upload it in. Okay, don't get stuck. Get these 10 books up. And then next time you can go through and you'll be able to play more with the pages and you'll be able to focus in on that because you will have gone through the process once. So our goal is to move you to action. We're trying to teach you and show you how to do it, but also give something to you so that you can just take what we've given and put it up and not get stuck in trying to do it yourself. Okay, hope that makes sense. I will get these up for you and we will be in the group. Hallie will post the homework. You guessed it, the homework is going to be to put your 10 books, the interior pages, get them up into, fill out that paperback content in the kdp.amazon.com account for the books that you're doing. Okay, you want to get all of your interior manuscripts uploaded. You want to get your ISBN, fill out that, what we did in the first video, fill out the information, and then tomorrow you can save it there, and then tomorrow we're going to get into Cover Creator. Okay, we'll see you guys in the group.